Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to the Real Riff podcast. My name is Bill Markey.
My name is Thomas Angelo.
And today we are here to talk about Peacemaker Season 2, Peacemaker in general, and James Gunn and his DCU.
Yep, we're talking about Episode 1, Ties That Grind.
And to quickly go over a little bit, in Season 2, Peacemaker discovers an alternate world where life is everything he wishes it could be, but the discovery also forces him to face his traumatic past and take the future into his own hands. Your main cast: John Cena, Danielle Brooks, Freddie Stoma, Jennifer Holland, Steve Agee, Frank Grillo, Robert Patrick, David Denman, and Sol Rodriguez. And of course, this is brought to you by HBO Max. And you want to start us off?
Yeah, well, I guess going into it, I really loved the first season. I loved the whole butterfly plot. That was awesome. I think just really getting to know John Cena as an actor, I think this was such an establishing role for him in terms of setting him into the acting world. Really, I just really loved that first season. I mean, the scene that always comes to mind is when Vigilante and Peacemaker are just talking to, I forget what they called the butterfly in the jar.
I don't remember either.
It was a funny name. But he's just like, they're talking about yes or no questions, and then Vigilante's like, is teal your favorite color? And Christopher's like, yo, bro, what the fuck, man? And like, that came up on my Instagram Reels the other day. I was just dying. Like, I really love that first season. I love all the characters. The whole group is lovable.
Yeah.
Jennifer Holland, she's great as Harcourt. I think, yeah. Wait, yeah, it is her.
Yeah, by Harcourt.
She's great. She was really great in this first episode too. But I think just like going into season 2, I was so more interested in knowing how it was going to fit into the DCU, and going from a very tonally comedic and almost kind of family-friendly Superman into something that is like tonally rated R, like hardcore for a mature audience. I always wanted to see how the DCU through line was there. That was my biggest thing going into season 2 here. I thought it worked perfectly. It's almost like this is its own tone, but I see exactly how it fits within the world of Superman. Because even just seeing the Justice Gang here, it was almost like it just works.
It was a retcon. The end of, to cover what you were saying, season 1, I legitimately watched it 3 times. I was a huge fan of season 1. I was just beginning to learn the dance. But that's a different story for another time. My goal was to do it at a wedding. But we were talking about this. I remember during the Superman episode, you said, again, the tone. And the thing that this made me think of coming out of the show is how, and I'm not shitting on it, but like Iron Man created what would go on to be the tone of pretty much every Marvel movie.
Yeah.
That Robert Downey Jr., quick, quippy, sarcastic tone, but then here's the big action set pieces. And in this one, Superman was what it was. This was not that. It was violent. It was bloody. It was incredibly sexual. We'll get to that at some point. Like, dicks all over the screen at one point. It couldn't be any more different, and it still works. Like, if you showed those two separate things to people, minus the obvious, like, Lex Luthor Easter egg or a Maxwell Lord of the Justice Gang showing up, you wouldn't think they would really exist. But they do, because they're so different, but they connect them.
You know what
really
it is?
Well.
It's the characterization of Hawkgirl and Green Lantern in Superman is still the same characterization in Peacemaker.
True.
It's just a little more of a more mature edge. But it's the exact same characterization.
Hey, he's even being Peacemaker in the one scene in Superman.
Yeah, it's the exact same characterization. They're giving the mature edge here. But it's the same characterization, and I think that's how the tonal through line works.
Like, this makes me excited. Okay. When Doctor Strange and Doctor Strange and Tony meet each other in Infinity War, they have a quippy back and forth, and it's like the same character.
Yeah.
And they're doing that quip about in the middle of like the alien coming down, and Bruce Banner, whatever he is, the fucking scene, and they get into a fight about Ben and Jerry's. But they're like Benedict Cumberbatch and Robert Downey Jr. doing the exact same thing.
It's like it's the same character.
But in this one, I'm so excited to see, because I don't fear that if David Corenswet and John Cena share the screen, somehow there's going to be a new, like the same thing. Like, I'm excited to see the clash. because they're not the same the way that Doctor Strange and Tony Stark are. Like, and then when they get together, they talk the same. I'm excited to see Corin Sweat and Cena. Like, I'm excited to see how it's all going to continue to have a through line, but with these different... And violence. Like, this show is fucking violent. I like that it's not desensitized. Like, and we forget Creature Commandos is in the DCU. It was the first thing that started at the end of last year for a cartoon that was pretty fucking violent.
Yeah, and I also saw online the only reason Frank Grillo doesn't have the white hair in Superman and Peacemaker is because he's in what?
Oh, never mind. I'm sorry.
The only reason Frank Grillo doesn't have the white hair that he has in Creature Commandos, like the character I'm saying, Rick Flag Sr., he doesn't have the white hair because he's also in Tulsa King and he needed the black hair for Tulsa King.
Right.
So that's why, and like, I mean, who gives a shit?
Who gives a shit?
I mean, you have to be a real loser to get stuck up on that, but yeah, whatever. I like Creature Commandos. It is interesting, though, that the one through line through the entire DCU so far is Frank Grillo. That's kind of a big weight to carry. He's the only character who's in every single project here.
Yeah, Amanda Waller is in Creature Commandos. Her presence is felt in this.
Yeah, she's not. But, like, again, he's the only character who's in every single thing as the same actor. Sean Gunn is also in Creature Commandos, but it's just he's playing a different character.
He's not Maxwell Lord.
He's not Maxwell Lord. So he's the same character in all three projects. So he's the biggest through line in the DCU so far. It's just it's interesting.
So far, he's their Nick Fury in terms of who just keeps popping up.
Yeah, so I think it's interesting. Like, he's carrying that weight. So that's interesting as an actor how he has to portray that. I will say, I think Peacemaker Season 2, Episode 1 is my favorite DCU project so far.
Between that,
Superman, like, this episode was so good, and it's because it is just the tone works perfectly, and it is straight characterization.
Proper casting,
but it's just the characterization. Every single thing that happens, even the comedy, is character based. Like, the whole orgy scene, sure, it's a joke, but it's him getting his depression and rage out.
Let's just keep it with spoilers.
Yeah, let's get right into spoilers here because we can't really avoid it. But I will say, if you like the first season, if you like the DCU, if you like James Gunn, you will love this first episode. Go watch it.
Absolutely. One take I might have that has different, like, I don't know, it's a different perspective, is we mentioned it when we first started this podcast that I've been a pro wrestler since 2013.
Mm-hmm.
So I've watched John Cena's entire career.
Yeah.
This is his actually last year in wrestling. He's done in December. And when I said is properly cast, John Cena is and was a guy in wrestling who, when he would come out and cut a promo on the mic, Cena was without a doubt one of the best, easily, like maybe top 5 all time on the microphone. Because Cena 1 week can come out and cut a promo about how he's got to kick Brock Lesnar's ass because Brock is affecting his pride, and he admits he fears Brock, but he's going to fight anyway. And then Cena can cut a hilarious promo, but do the straight face look. And he's so properly cast in a role like this because I see so much of what he did in wrestling in this character. And one other thing I like about Cena getting casted is I love, it's becoming, we haven't spoke about this. This is becoming one of my favorite things in Hollywood, is when a role and the actor, like, they're like a mirror image in a way. They're side by side. And what I mean by that is I'm going to go back to the example of what Iron Man was to Marvel and what Robert Downey Jr. was to acting, and where he was status-wise, and how Marvel grew and Robert Downey Jr. grew.
Yes.
Chris Smith, Peacemaker, before Suicide Squad, really nobody knew who the fuck he was.
Mm-hmm.
John Cena had not much. It's like watching this character emerge in the DCU and John Cena as an up-and-coming actor.
It's parallel.
It's cool.
Yes.
Parallel. He's not like playing Batman. He's playing a guy who, like Chris Pratt,
he's an underdog.
Yeah. And actually, this is James Gunn's specialty. He took, I mean, the biggest names in Guardian was Bradley Cooper and Vin Diesel, and they were not to be seen. They were animated.
Yep.
But Chris Pratt, Dave Bautista, Zoe Saldana had a lot under her belt at that point, but still,
it's interesting how wrestlers turned actors working with James Gunn.
Yeah,
that's also interesting.
I got to bring up one thing. For those of you wrestling fans who remember when The Rock and Cena were going, they were basically having like promo battles weekly leading up to their first match when The Rock came back, and Cena weekly would smoke him. Look, it actually got a little real.
I'm interested to
Cena one time called him out because he saw Rock had notes on his arm, and Cena saw it backstage.
Oh, no.
Didn't tell The Rock. And The Rock was just doing taglines. Just like rehearsed things The Rock would say, and Cena called him out. And apparently in real life it got bad. Because Cena saw it, and Cena said in an interview when they talked about this match, he's like, I was going to go after that. And he used to smoke The Rock. I'm just saying that might be indicative of who's a better actor in Hollywood, too.
Maybe. I agree. I think John Cena's a better actor.
What did you think of the song? Oh Lord by Foxy Shazam instead of Do You Want to Taste It by Wigwam?
It was good. Do you want to just like start from the go in order?
Yeah.
The entire plot?
I want to talk about the theme song first.
Okay, yeah. So the theme song, I actually really like it. Maybe I don't like the song as much, but I like this dance fitting with the song better.
Yeah.
Like
that was my fucking take.
Yeah. Sorry. Yeah. So I really like the dance, and I really like the ending. It was just funny seeing Frank Grillo doing the dance too. Like this tough, serious guy, he's doing this fucking dance. I mean, it's perfect. But the way they all stack on each other at the end, and then Eagly comes up, does the wing spread, and then the thing comes up. It just feels like so electric and good.
And everybody's
like straight faced. Yeah.
You
Danielle Brooks looked fucking hilarious.
I was just kidding with you about my take. We both shared the same thing. But we had to start with the intro because the rule with the Peacemaker show is even throughout the first season, I never skipped the intro.
Yeah, we can't skip
the intro. And I won't skip this either. So credits to this show for doing something usually you skip. So that's why
it's so good you can't skip it.
With Peacemaker, we couldn't just start with the episode. We had to start with literally the intro because it's that type of show.
Yeah.
So
I really like this cold open.
Oh, yeah.
It's really good because the idea of the multiverse is so overdone at this point in almost every media property, especially in Marvel. But it always feels like it's done just to do the multiverse.
Yep. Maybe fill in a plot hole.
Yeah, whatever bullshit they use it for. In Peacemaker Season 2, they have already identified that they're using the multiverse or alternate realities for strictly characterization and character work. And that's because Peacemaker, Christopher Smith, has lost all of his family, and he's killed all of his family and himself. And he comes into this alternate reality where not only, it's not even that, because Peacemaker's not seen as a hero, and he wants to be seen as a hero. And in this universe, not only is he seen as a hero, but he has his entire family. So when he stumbles into this universe and finds both, that's where he would want to live, right?
And they're happy. His dad's not a racist psychopath, and
but just the fear on his eyes when he sees his dad and he runs out and that music kicks in and it goes right into the intro. It is fucking awesome.
Yeah.
It works perfectly. It was such a good opening, and it just sets up where the season's going. And I love when shows and movies just give characters a minute to be quiet by themselves. And there's just a scene where Christopher's just looking out the window into the snow, and it's just quiet, and you're just feeling what he's feeling, and Cena's representing that so well. Great cold opening. I don't know what you thought about it, but
no, I agree.
And even just the I wrote down the production designer. What is it? Kalina Ivanov. Mm-hmm. Just the way that pocket dimension or like the quantum closet, whatever that is, looks is awesome. Has that like Dark Knight Batman glass paneling on top, but it also has these weird structures, and even that way that alien looked and everything, like it just looked awesome. It looked really well done.
It's like a cool like.
And did you see the aliens in the dance intro?
Yes.
You caught that? Yeah.
It was like a much more polished alien-y version of like the door sequence from Monsters Inc.
Yeah.
Like every time you walk into it through a door, there's a different, and it's. There may be some people who could look at that and be like, well, that's going to be a cheap way of explaining the multiverse, or explaining how there's a multiverse and how they're going to use it. But the idea that just what you said, it's not just used to be used. It's there to like, that episode, we just watched it before recording. Mm-hmm. It hooked us. When we realized like he's in his old home and, in this universe, his dad's loving. Mm-hmm. And then that's when I turned to you. I said, dude.
And I think the reason his dad's loving is because Keith is alive.
True.
I think that's why.
That's a good point.
I think that's why.
I just looked at it as an entirely different universe.
I don't think it's like that. I think it's
dead.
Just Keith's not dead.
Yeah.
The dad's happier.
But his dad made them fight. in the flashbacks in season 1.
He did make them fight,
he wasn't a loving dad.
But I'd be interested to see if Keith staying alive led the dad down a better path.
Okay.
Because you also see that it's a blue dragon and not a white dragon.
True.
So I'm interested to see like how that characterization is explored through the rest of the season. Because that is a good point. I don't know if it's just a change up, but it feels to me like Keith staying alive led to the butterfly effect of the dad going down a better path. That's my theory for now.
No, that makes sense. That makes complete sense.
Yeah. I also just love Robert Patrick as Augie Smith. He's so good.
He's an actor that like...
I love his eyes. I don't know.
When I was a kid, I saw him in a movie, and most of you have to know what movie I'm talking about. Terminator 2.
Yeah.
And ever since that movie, he's an actor who like, every time he's in the movie, I'm like, oh, Robert, this guy. And again, before we understood what was going on, when they introduced Robert Patrick again, I was like, okay, that's a multiverse version. In my head, I went, oh, fuck. Like, sometimes I am not down for the duplicate thing. Like, I almost feel like in Superman, the reveal of it just being another Superman was a little bit of a letdown for me.
A little bit, yeah.
Like, but then, again, credit to the show and
it's exactly
done through, what you said. When it was explained to us how and why he's there, then not only was I so cool with it, I can't wait to see them explore it.
And it gives us the connection to why Frank Grillo's in the plot.
Right.
Because he's monitoring Peacemaker because obviously he killed his son and he knows. But it's that opening of the dimension, like the dimensional rift thingy.
Yeah.
That's similar to the Lex Luthor incident in Superman. And it makes perfect sense why Argus and the FBI and everything is being pulled in here. So it makes sense why he's in it. Everything makes sense.
He has a thing with killing sons. He just says if he kills Grillo, then he'll be 2 for 2 with fathers.
James Gunn is really interested in troubled parental relationships and like killing parents and children. Yeah,
that's true. Let's just see how long we can do this dead air for.
Yeah. Right. But I guess after that, we get a 6-month later cut, and Daniel Brooks picks up Peacemaker, and we get this. Again, it's establishing a characterization here. Daniel Brooks made a choice at the end of Peacemaker season 1 to reveal all the shadow op information.
Right.
That made her lose her girlfriend, and now she's kind of going through a crisis because of that. But also we see another crisis. Peacemaker wants to become a superhero, and obviously that's explored in the dimensional rift. Like he's a superhero that's loved in that universe, the other universe. Here he goes in for an audition essentially for the Justice Gang, in a really great comedic moment with Sean Gunn, Isabella Merced, and Nathan Fillion. Or the mic's not working, and Peacemaker's just hearing all of them shit on him. He's not a beloved superhero here. And also, just talking about the characterization, Isabella Merced and Nathan Fillion are the exact same characters that we see in Superman, and especially Sean Gunn in a little bit in Superman.
Yeah.
It's the same 3 characters, just with the mature edge. So it's the exact same characterization, and that makes me feel like I'm in the same world, even if it's a bit of a mature tone. It's the exact same characterization. They're not completely different characters. They're the same characters. They're just saying fuck now.
Exactly.
And that's why this works. That's why it works.
It's interesting in terms of different tones, and it all. So, like, there's movies and shows that when they're trying to really beat up on the character and show what they're going through, like they just kind of. I don't know. I'm going to make this make more sense in a second. They just kind of stay with the same, I don't know, let's say like dark, melodramatic tone. I like how James Gunn found creative ways to kind of beat up on Peacemaker. Mm-hmm. Like, for example, to like bring you in, like when he sees his dad and his brother, it hits you in the chest.
It does.
How sad it is.
It's dark. It is dark.
That he sees that. However, in the scene with the Justice Gang and Maxwell Lord, they're going for the same thing that other scene was going for, but their route to get there was comedy.
Yes.
So like you're laughing at Peacemaker. In one moment you're feeling bad, and I'm like, am I going to get choked up at this? When he's talking with his dad and his brother. But then the Justice Gang scene, you're laughing at it.
Yeah, that's just a testament to how good of a writer Gunn is. Yeah.
But then you realize, oh, wait a minute, it's not funny. Like, so I like that he uses different tones to get to the same
point.
thing.
Yeah.
He doesn't have to like, like Magazine Dreams was
Yeah, it's a great
Jonathan Majors.
observation.
They just keep beating up or Joker. And I love Joker. But like I like how he just uses different fucking ways of getting there.
Yeah.
Like that's a cool. And then as a viewer, then I feel bad in the scene for laughing. Mm-hmm. In a way, I'm like, this is hilarious. They're making fun of him having like a little dick or something, and he sucks. But I'm like, oh no, wait, that's upsetting because he's not in on the joke.
Yep.
Chris Smith. For those watching, I'm pointing to my TV.
Yeah, but John Cena's facial acting in that scene too. You feel for him. Like he's like getting bullied. It's sad. There's no way.
Fuck it.
There's the motorcycle dude. This is a reoccurring
Or
bit.
that was some cars just go 90. This is another thing though, and people will know this who watch wrestling. Cena's facials in wrestling were phenomenal. There's a meme. Have you ever seen it where like Cena's looking down and he looks up?
Yes,
and
I've seen
it
that.
says like when your shoulder's about to give out on the bench, but you do, or when a girl, like Cena was always good. Remember when I showed you when he became a bad guy and he hugged Cody Rhodes and his face just boom. He like
and they
turned,
shot it like a movie too.
And yeah, like Cena is like really fucking good. And in this show, you see it even with half his face being covered, more than half. In the scene where he's auditioning for the Justice Gang, even through the mask, and like just only having this bit and this bit, and he's really emoting. Is that the right word? He's like conveying his emotions really well.
And then we get into Harcourt.
Yeah.
And her current crisis, she's not getting hired for anything, and it's leading to her anger being pulled out. And that's really best explored. I know I'm jumping a little bit ahead here, but talking about her character. Yeah. In this bar scene where she literally goes to get a high by getting into a fight. She brought this fight upon herself, and she's smiling when she's beating the shit out of. And it's really sad. But again,
it's literally
the comedy,
physically and mentally numbing.
The action is shot so well. Like there's this great shot where she gets knocked under a pool table. The camera pulls from under the pool table, then goes back up as she stands up. Great camera work for a TV show. Yeah.
About that.
Yeah.
Do you think it is?
That was handheld.
What do you think? It's also tracing a pool table, like how you go underneath, but then it goes like around the ledge of it.
Maybe. I think that's a bit of a stretch, but I don't know. Maybe it's an interesting idea.
Me. Sorry, keep talking school film boy.
Yeah. There's a lot of handheld work done in this show, and I think that's just to represent the chaotic nature of the characters.
What else was handheld?
What do you mean?
Like, was there another scene that comes to mind?
I even think the interview scene where Harcourt and she's chaotic and angry. That was shot handheld.
Oh, now I
just
know.
to showcase like when the camera's shaky.
Yep.
Yeah. But then you also get a great scene between Harcourt and Peacemaker, and he's looking for personal connection with her, romantic connection. And there's a tease to something that happened on a boat where maybe they like hooked up or something. And she says it was a drunken mistake.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah. And
because he even says like, "Was I good?"
Yeah.
But he's straight faced. Like,
he's straight faced, and it's sad, and you know it's sad because she says it's a mistake, and nobody wants to be told that they were a mistake.
Yeah.
And that's sad, but
I think that was a motorcycle.
Whatever. Fuck them.
It's multiple motorcycles. I think that was a stampede. A horde of Harleys.
Jesus.
That's what's gonna be when they go by. It's gonna be the horde of Harleys.
That's the bit.
Yeah.
Okay. But the denial of the personal connection, and you know what's interesting is Harcourt and Chris are both kind of after the same thing. They're looking for personal connection, and they can't find it in the current state they're in. And they, you know, Harcourt wants to do her job. Christopher Smith wants to do her job, but the world is refusing it. And so even when they try and find personal connection, it's not working. And I think that leads them both down their bad paths. We see with Chris, that's having an orgy and it leading to him going into this coke-fueled frenzy where he stumbles into the quantum closet to go see his dad and brother. With Harcourt, it leads to her going to the bar. So they're both on the same path. They're just two different little routes. And that's very interesting. Testament to Gunn's writing again.
Question.
Yeah.
I'm going to jump ahead and then bring it back to that scene because you sparked a thought.
Okay.
Another thing that adds to the upsetting nature of Chris finding his alternate universe is him and Harcourt are together.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
And at one point, his brother says, like, you got to get her back or something. Like
there's some troubled issue, but like
something.
it's clear that they dated.
Right.
Yeah.
Is that also to show that, like, they do need each other? Because in one universe, I mean, things are better. Life is better for him. It's like, is it saying like, oh, the key is like they're both spiraling, and she wants this job, but he wants this job, but what they really need is each other.
Yeah.
It's like two people they're good. It's like a relationship. They're good, but put the parts combined, and then they make each other better. And like he wants it, but she's pushing away. It's a tug of war thing. I'm actually now more intrigued to see that love interest play out.
Mm-hmm.
I'm actually
I'm interested to see what happened on that boat.
Yeah.
Too. I'm sure that's gonna be shown maybe in next week's episode.
And what is multiverse Harcourt gonna think when her Chris Smith is dead, and then John Cena, because we know what's gonna happen. He's gonna fulfill that role.
Yes.
And he's gonna Mrs. Doubtfire this shit and go into both universes. But is he then going to experience getting her in the other world? You know, because David Denman, his brother's like, you got to get her, man. Ooh. So I wonder, is he going to live his best life in another universe?
This is so sad.
Where dad and brother are alive and happy.
And loving.
And then he gets her back. And then maybe he has to choose.
This is the most interesting plot setup in the DCU so far.
Which universe is he going to stay in?
Yeah.
I'm in my mind, that's where this show is going. If we're going to jump ahead and try to make predictions, it's like that to me is where this is going. He can be here, but he's needed here.
Yep. Great. I think that's a great observation. Yeah. I'm really excited to see that play out.
And it's like running from your troubles too.
The orgy scene was hilarious though.
Yeah.
Like we're going full into raunch. Like it was amazing. And I thought it was funny. Crazy. It was funny though. He was the only clothed person in that scene. And I think that's a real character choice. Like he only did that to feel connection around him that he wasn't getting outside. He's not even participating. I mean, people kiss him for a second, but he's not really participating. And that leads him to go into the quantum closet. And
that's a good point.
It's a character choice.
Everybody's
it's a choice it is a choice that he is clothed.
Everybody's bearing all, and they're comfortable in their skin, and he's sitting
not,
there
because he's not comfortable in his own skin.
Right.
It's a character choice.
But again, that's what I love about the character. He's a handsome dude who's in incredible shape. He even like has an ego about himself, where
he's talking about he has bigger muscles than the Justice Gang.
But it's like, and at the end of the day, who's the one who's fully clothed in an orgy sense?
Mm-hmm.
Like how uncomfortable he is in his own skin,
mm-hmm.
like in his own life. I'm so excited because I really think that's where this show is going. And for him to have to do the whole stay in this universe and face your shit, or go in this universe and be somebody else, even though that somebody else is you, and run from your troubles. We've seen that in so many movies and shows. And if that's where this is going, I don't care. I'm like, this is making me excited for a plot that we have seen before. And I mean that as a credit to the show. Like, I'm excited. What are you looking at that for?
I'm not looking at you.
Like you just had other thoughts in your head.
Maybe. My brain's always going, man.
Yeah, like I felt like the Meow Mix song was going through your head. But I'm just, it's a tone we've seen before. Like face your trauma or whatever. But like, I'm excited.
It's done in a really interesting way. Yeah. And even the way, I mean, we don't really get a lot of Vigilante and where his story's going this season. He's just really brought in for comic relief.
On him and Harcourt.
Yeah, true, and a little bit of Daniel Brooks, but the way John Economos comes into it, it makes sense. Like he's supervising Peacemaker because of his connection to Peacemaker, working under Frank Grillo. It makes sense.
Yeah,
and in the little conflict that he comes into, where like he doesn't want to get Peacemaker in trouble because he's not really his friend, but he has that personal connection to him. But he also has to fulfill his role for Frank Grillo.
Right.
Sorry, I keep saying Frank Grillo. I'm just going to say Rick Flag Sr.
Rick Flag.
Or Rick Flag because the son's dead. Whatever.
Multiverse, though. They got me excited.
Oh.
Because Rick Flag...
Dude, there's so many things that could happen.
In the first episode, they find out that there's some sort of beacon coming from his home, which is the closet dimension, whatever. When Rick Flag understands what's going on in there and gets in there, I think we're going to get a good character study on him because he's probably going to investigate a universe with his son.
Definitely. Oh, wow. There's so many interesting character routes we can go down here. But again, it's a testament. This multiverse shit is only exploring it through characterization. It's cool. I'm excited to see what comes out of it. But
I'm sorry. This is even touching on the whole... back in time thing. Don't change the past.
Yeah.
Because like if Rick Flag wants to pull his son from one universe into this one, you know what I mean? Like I like how it's like it's probably going to do the whole things are meant to be a certain way for a reason.
Yes.
Like I'm sorry, that was just like another idea of like this potential that really excited me about this.
But then we see Chris go into this alternate reality, and he comes across his dad and his brother. And his brother obviously being played by Denman.
Roy from The
Roy
Office.
from The Office. Great seeing him.
Great.
He's awesome here.
Very wholesome.
Very wholesome, which, different. But
Yeah.
it was really interesting to see. Like, and it really upset me. I actually almost, like, got teared up a little bit. Like, it is dark. It is dark. Like, he killed both of these family members.
Yeah.
And then, obviously they go to bed. They both say, I love you to Chris. And it was just really sad seeing him like, hey, Keith, like, I love you, man.
Yeah.
Like, oh, man, it was heartbreaking. It was so dark. Like, James, oh, my God, this was dark as fuck. And, like, I know this is primarily a comedy show, but it was dark.
It was dark, but even in that tone, it was still done in a loving tone,
Yeah.
but dark.
This
Like
so
earlier, the comedic tone.
It's just the
but
context. The
dark.
context
Yeah.
of a lovely scene is dark. That's what it is, and that's great writing. But then he goes into his room, and he sees the picture of Harcourt, and as he's looking at it, you hear the gun cock, and it's the other Christopher Smith, other Peacemaker, who's wearing a slightly different outfit, which is interesting.
I think he had contacts in, too.
Yeah. And the chase ensues where our Christopher Smith is trying to get back to the quantum. It's the quantum closet, right? That's what it is.
I believe it's
That's what I'm fucking calling it from now on. It's a cool ass name. And this chase ensues, and he activates the alternate Peacemaker activates these like shurikens, magic stars or whatever that chase after him. And literally grind into his back for a very long time.
Yeah, and they go up and down.
Up and down.
We both yelled.
So painful. And then this chase ensues in the quantum closet, and it ends with our Peacemaker killing alternate Peacemaker, which is giving us the setup for the entire season of our Christopher Smith fulfilling the role in this alternate universe where he has everything he has ever wanted.
Assuming that's where it's going.
It's going there.
Yeah.
I know, James.
But again, and how does that universe affect other people? Mm-hmm. Is Danielle Brooks going to want to see the universe where her and her girlfriend never break up?
Yeah, it's very interesting to see what's
everybody's
going
to have something.
But everything in this episode was done through characterization and worked perfectly in the tone, and that tone connected to the rest of the DCU. This was a perfect episode of television. My favorite thing in the DCU so far was this episode, and I'm really, 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 really excited and interested to see where this is going to go.
One other thing, I just was looking something up for confirmation, and this says something about DC, obviously. The other through line, besides Frank Grillo appearing in Creatures, Superman, and now this, is James Gunn. Because he wrote and did every episode of Creatures. He did Superman. And this is his... Peacemaker was his baby. So I have no doubt... I'm excited for the rest of the DC. He's writing, he wants to do 4 Superman movies.
Okay.
It's interesting.
Throw them at me.
I'm curious what happens when James Gunn is not writing something.
Yeah. Again, very curious to see. That's kind of the worry that we talked about. How does this look with other directors?
Yeah.
So far, James is killing it. I almost want to see a universe that's just completely carried by him in a way. But I realize he's a busy man.
Right.
That's not going to happen.
But he's tied to everything.
He is tied to everything.
He was making announcements for future
But
video
also, Peacemaker is
games.
his baby.
Yeah.
So
But with all that, the reason why I still have hope, is because he's taking this, you could tell he's very passionate about this.
Yeah.
He wouldn't just, this isn't, the way that there wouldn't be communication like we hear about in Marvel. Mm-hmm. He'll have his hands in everything.
Yeah.
It's not just going to be the overseer like Kevin Feige. This is a guy who I think will be fucking legitimately involved in the creative process.
The only character arc that wasn't set up here was Vigilante, and maybe Vigilante doesn't have a huge role in the season. It's more comic relief. I feel like he's going to have a bigger role.
I think for him it's showing that he's so, he can't be Vigilante.
Yeah.
He calls Economos talking about owls.
Yeah.
So, but what I'm excited is, they didn't overstuff it. We really just focused on Harcourt and Chris Smith.
Which are probably going to be the 2 biggest arcs of the season. Daniel Brooks and John O'Connor. What's Daniel Brooks' name? Leota Adebayo?
Yeah.
so Leota and John's and Economos's arcs, they're kind of smaller, but at least we still get them.
Yeah, they
still set them up.
Yeah.
Each character has a conflict crisis going on here. I'm just really interested to see where it goes. It was a great hook. I mean, Peacemaker killing alternate Peacemaker, and this universe leading to a universe where he has everything that he's ever wanted ever.
Yeah.
It literally has everything that he's ever wanted.
Yep.
It's a great hook, and the tone is perfect. The world of the DCU is perfectly established. I'm ready. I'm excited. I thought it was a perfect episode of television.
And there's going to be other pages that pick up on way more, but just some Easter eggs.
Yeah.
Arkham Asylum gets a nod. There also has been, and this is going to be interesting. This is thrown in there. It has to be. There's been a massive breakout from Arkham.
It said metahuman escape, right?
Metahuman escape from Arkham. I think there was I don't have to say Belle Reve, but there was another location.
It's interesting. Metamorpho wasn't here too, and he's part of the Justice Gang at the end of Superman.
Yeah, but we didn't get Mr. Terrific either.
That's true.
It's like, I guess not everybody's going to be around at all times. Or maybe that was
they're all
the
doing
interview
other shit.
process is their designation. But you got that. We also got Lex Luthor name dropped in one scene.
Yeah, that's just the connection of
Yeah.
why Frank Grillo's investigating.
Just these
Rick
little
Flex.
Easter eggs. Even the Batman fan in me just can't help when they talk about owls and anything DC.
Oh, you got to get over that.
My brain just starts to go Court of Owls, even though that's where I think Pattinson's series is going.
Mm-hmm.
But I can't help but just, it's an owl. They do it to fuck with us.
And whatever who's the White Rabbit? Is that a DC
White Rabbit.
character?
Yeah, it is a DC character.
It was played by Ray Noel.
White Rabbit is a DC character. But what were you saying?
I don't know. I just
It
was just I mean, it was used for comedy here, but I'm assuming that's a DCU comic character, DC Comics character.
I think that was.
Is that a villain or a hero?
I think that was. I'm trying to buy time. I look it up.
Okay.
I'm trying to talk because I'm in the process of currently just typing in. That's what I was. You're like putting me on the spot. And
Sorry, bro.
Finished looking up this character. Yeah, White Rabbit. Here she is. Real name is Jaina Hudson. Oh, she's first appeared in Batman in 2011. She's been around for a bit. She's an escape artist. So it's an Alice in Wonderland themed enemy of Batman who is an Indian socialite with the superpower to duplicate herself.
Oh, so I guess it's kind of connected to the Mad Hatter.
Yeah, that would make
Gotcha.
sense. That's what I was going to say. Duplicate herself as an albino criminal who has enhanced speed and dresses like a Playboy bunny. So my guess is like she's a Mad Hatter infused character.
Interesting.
But all these little Easter eggs, and I'd be curious to see where the metahuman breakout goes. Like
Everything here is super interesting.
Same news anchor. He was in Superman too.
Oh, I didn't pick that up.
He, I believe, had a scene. I think.
Okay.
Same actor.
Interesting.
Yeah. What do you give this episode?
I was gonna ask you, did you want to rate every episode, or did you just want to rate the season as a whole at the end? I almost.
Both. No?
I almost kind of just want to do the season.
Okay.
I feel like getting into all the episodes is kind of conflicting, but I would really give this episode a 10 because I think it's perfect.
Okay, so we are going to give it, I guess.
I guess.
You
I don't know.
literally
Whatever
just-
you want to do.
Literally just rated it.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
But because I said it's perfect. I think everything is done perfect.
No, it is.
It was my favorite DCU project so far. I liked it more than Superman. So.
Wow. I would give it a 10.
Okay.
And it makes me more excited for, I don't know what the fuck
I would say like for the Riff rating though, in terms of like our, statistics, I would really just throw in the season. I think that's better.
Oh, no, I agree.
Reviewing it as a
Like,
whole, that's how we should
yeah.
really look at television.
Before we close this out,
Yeah.
so I have a John Cena autograph for those of you who can't see on our display here, as well as because I met John Cena when I was like 14. Mm-hmm. I have a John Cena figure, and I think you should include this. And maybe we post it, or maybe we just for the YouTube people. Tommy has not seen this photo, but there's a photo of 14-year-old Bill Markey in Long Island with John Cena, and that is us doing his pose.
God.
That's 14-year-old
Wow.
John Lovitz looking obese Bill.
Seriously, dude, you look like you could be an American Pie.
Everybody said it looked like John Lovitz. Just a fat
Dude.
Italian brown-haired head. Like a potato.
Wow.
So, yeah, that's... I fished that out.
I'm putting that in the
of,
episode.
like, the old collection of me and John Cena. But anyways, yeah, that's now he's in Peacemaker.
All right, so we love this new episode, and we're going to be covering every episode weekly.
Yep.
And I'm really excited to see where this goes. This was awesome.
First show we're going to be covering weekly, and stay tuned for more movies, variety episodes,
Everything.
all of it.
Like, comment, share. Really, please rate us 5 stars on Apple Music. Well, I think it's Apple Podcasts
Apple
now.
Podcasts.
It's weird. They, changed it up. Spotify, definitely. It really is helpful. And thank you guys for watching. Follow us on Letterboxd, and we'll see you guys next time.
That's it.